So let's be brutally honest in this video. Hello girls and boys, how's it going? So if you saw the title of this video and clicked here, chances are you know somebody who's cracked a high-paying job, who's recently got promoted, or who's generally moving fast in his or her career, while you are stuck. You are stuck, you're frustrated, you're confused, maybe even angry. I'm warning you, this is gonna hit and hit not different, it's gonna hit hard. So be ready for this video. If you don't know me, my name is Savinder Puri and I've been in this build, release, DevOps, software engineering area for over 2 decades. In this time, I've had the opportunity to work in India, US, UK, South Africa. I've kind of been around the room. You can check out my LinkedIn profile to know more about my details. Let's get started. So let's talk about 2 people, Aman and Rahul. They're from the same college, they're from the same batch. They've had pretty much the same studies, right? Yet, 3-4 years later, when you meet both of them, their life looks very different. Aman is still struggling in his career, moving from one company to the other, is starting to get a little bit bitter about his life. He's still figuring things out. Rahul, on the other hand, has got a fast-track career. He's making almost 2.5 times of what Aman is making, and life seems pretty good, at least from the outside. So let's compare these 2 characters and you will fit either in the Aman frame or the Rahul frame, or most probably somewhere in between. So come along with me in this ride as we analyze what is going wrong or what is going right for Rahul. So chapter 1, doing just your job. What does that mean? Now Aman, he's a great employee. He does exactly what he's told. Whatever a task or assignment his boss gives him, Aman completes that on time and does a good, diligent job at it. There are rarely any mistakes or any rework in what he's doing. The clients are also happy. It's all good. On the other hand, take Rahul. Similar feedback, does his job well, clients are happy, no major mistake. Additionally, what Rahul does is, he does more than what he's asked to do. While he's doing his work, if he sees an opportunity to fix some things, to improve some process, to put in some new automation, he will make a note of it. He will not go ahead and immediately do it even. He will just note it down. And then when the task finishes, when he's giving the report back to his manager, he's going to say, hey, I did this. Here is what the task is. I've completed the user story in Jira. However, I also found we can do these 3 things additionally. That is going above and beyond your call of duty. That is doing more than just the job. That is creating visibility and creating impact. Organizations today value impact and visibility more than just doing your job, because that is a prerequisite. That is a given that you anyway should be doing. If you're not even doing that, then girls and boys, there's a fundamental problem here. Now, this can also be applied to the college context. As a college student, if you're just submitting your assignments on time, just completing your work, that's not enough. You need to take more initiatives. You need to involve yourself in other programs. You need to make yourself visible. Chapter number 2. No one knows that you exist. Now this is a really interesting one. It's one of my favorites. So let's take the case of Aman again. Aman comes to office once in a while when he does, goes to his cubicle, does his work, goes back home. talks to the same 2 or 3 people over lunch, doesn't interact with a whole lot of people, basically keeps to himself, which is fine. He's an introvert. That is okay. That works. Rahul, on the other hand, while he's going for lunch, as he's taking his lunch, he'll talk to the person in front of him, behind him, in the short queue that there is. He will also talk to 5 other people as he's walking from his cube to the cafeteria. Even if he's working from home, he will every once in a while ping some other people, just generally chit chat. And that is not just with people at his level, even seniors and people at leadership positions. People know that there is somebody called Rahul. Now, several moons back, a guy who was in my team, senior fellow, he came up to me and he said, "Hey Savinder, I've been applying for the last 2 years. Why am I not getting promoted?" And he was a good guy. He was completing all his work on time. No real, problems with his work. Everybody's happy. I asked him, "Dude, let me ask you a simple question. There are between 5 to 6 people in the interview panel. Now, this interview I'm talking about the interview for promotion because it's a senior level. Beyond the paperwork, there are also physical interviews that happen to check the person." I said, "In these last 2 years, the 2 panels that you have been to, how many people knew you in that panel other than your immediate manager?" And the answer was maybe 1 or 2. And I said, "What does that tell you about yourself?" That tells you that the others are judging you purely in the moment, right on the basis of what they see in the file, in your case, and how you present yourself in those 10-15 minutes. However, what should happen is they should already be knowing about you. They should know that he's a good guy. He helped me in that project. He helped solve that problem for me. He helped that guy when we were stuck. He helped him in that debugging, those kind of things. So when you sit in front, their mind should already be going, "Hey, this is a good guy. Let's promote him." And then they look at the file, the other data. That is all become secondary. They already have a notion of you. They already know who you are. And this applies to college as well. This applies to all streams of life. Next chapter. Be the go-to person. What does that mean? When your boss has a problem, when he wants something done, are you one of the first people that he or she will reach out to? How will that happen? That will happen because when some initiatives are being launched, when some tasks are being distributed, are you the one who raises your hand and says, "I can do this. I want to take a shot at this. I want to try this and see how it goes. I might need some help, but I am willing to do this"? Are you the one who raises your hands every on and off? And that means that you are dependable. Now, obviously, if you raise your hands, you gotta do the work and show the value as well, right? It's not just about saying "I'm there" and then goofing off. But if you do that enough, if you do that over a period of time, you build the perception of being the go-to person, of being Mr. Miss Dependable. And guess what does that bring? That brings more growth. That brings more opportunities for growth. That opens up the frontiers for you in your career. Now, another way to think about it, the Aman way to think about it, is, hey, for all of these extra mumbo jumbo, why should I do that? I'm not getting paid extra. I don't even get the extra accolades. Why go through all this trouble, yaar? Hell with it. Let me just do my job and let me be good at it. Why get into all of these extra things? I'm just not interested. That's another way to look at it. Probably you have done that as well for a long time. You know what the results are, my friend. Think about it. So what's the takeaway? If people do not see you as a leader, chances are they won't make you one. So step up and take some goddamn responsibility. Next chapter, growth outside the workplace. Now Rahul is kind of a guy who, because of his nature, he knows people. And when there is an opportunity for a conference within the city, he volunteers. When there is an opportunity to write an article, write a blog, guess what? He says, I'm gonna do it. So he has a life, a credibility outside the workplace. People know him and people approach him for work. And as this matures over a period of time, once in a while he gets paid a little bit as well. But that's not the goal here. The goal is to showcase your skills, your talents, your abilities in meetups happening in your city, in smaller conferences happening in your city, participating in online communities, doing all of that, which is completely outside of your 9 to 5 job, which is given to you on the basis of merit and not your designation at an enterprise. How does Aman look at this? He says, this is extra work. What is the point of doing all of this? Let me just do my work and let that work speaks for itself. And guess what? The day layoffs start happening and both of these gentlemen get laid off, who do you think gets more opportunities? Who do you think's recruiter reach out to faster? Who do you think gets his or her next job faster? So what's the takeaway? Work on your personal brand and build something outside of your official designation and official entity. Create a name for yourself in the industry. This is not easy. This will take time. This will take sustained effort. How do you know whether you have a personal brand or not? Very simple. Open up Google, go to Chrome in incognito mode and search for your name and see what you get. Other than your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, that is fine. What else are you popping out? Do I see complaints with Airtel and this service provider and that one? Or do I see articles, blogs, videos, conferences, stuff like that? That is the value of the personal brand. If you don't know how to create one, I've created a video dedicated on that. I will pin it in the comments. You can go have a look. But this is something which has to be done on a parallel track. It takes time. It takes effort. Is it worth it? You decide. Next chapter, office politics. Now, by some of you by this time must be thinking, hey, I don't like this Rahul guy. He's a smart ass. He's playing office politics. Let me break it down for you, my friend. Office politics is everywhere in every organization. Small or big, large or little, politics is there. You cannot ignore it. Yet, you shouldn't be a part of it even. You should know how to play the politics while being true to your honest self. Now that's a difficult one. How the heck do you do that? Let me explain to you how I do it personally. So first one, avoid gossip. Now once in a while, a little bit humor, that is fine, but avoid cribbing on a large scale. Don't take sides and stay generally neutral. Right? That's the ground rule. Then very, very important, be politically aware. Be aware of the people who make the decisions, who are the change makers in your organization and who you should be careful with. You should be aware of those things. For those people, position yourself well. Make sure they know you, they understand your work, if possible, even appreciate your work. Right? So be politically aware, but ethically strong. Play the game without losing your integrity. So what's the takeaway here? Smart people know how to play the office politics without losing their integrity. Be one of them. Alright, now the next chapter. How to create your own blueprint for success. Now I've slapped you with a lot of hard reality. You might even be thinking, hey, I do this, maybe I do a little bit of this as well. There's a lot to process. But how do I start? What is the famous roadmap? So let me give you that. Hang on to me for a couple of minutes more. So number one, stop expecting promotions just because you are doing your job. That is not enough. You will have to go far and beyond your call of duty, your designated job description. In fact, I would even say that you have to start doing the job of your next role, of your next designation, even as much as 50-60%. By the time you come up for promotion, then it becomes a non-brainer. Number two, make your work visible. Now, this is where a lot of people shy away. Their thought process, like of Aman, is, hey, I've done my work. I can't harp about this. I can't go and blow away my trumpet. That's not me. As long as I keep doing my work, people will come to know about it. They will appreciate it. Yeah, true, but not really. This is the modern world. You have to speak up about your achievements. Don't gloat, but talk about what you did. As a matter of fact, share your achievements, share your story. Number three, become the go-to person. Take lead, jump on initiatives. Whenever something needs to be done, you should be one of the first people to say, it's gonna be me. So become the person who says yes, and then go and do that work. Next one, invest in building your personal brand. This is one of the most important things. Now, whatever floats your boat, it could be writing, it could be creating some tutorials, it could be going on YouTube, it could be conferences, it could be events, it could just be focusing on sharing your experience on LinkedIn or Twitter. Choose the right platform, whatever shape or form you resonate with, even if it's not videos, if it's text, small text on X or larger text on LinkedIn, that is fine. But put your efforts in building your personal brand. I have a dedicated video on this. I will link it up. Follow that. The last one, learn to navigate office politics. Do not ignore it. Stay aware, yet stay ethical. Now, do these things consistently over a period of time. Make them your second nature, make them your habit. And you will notice that in the next 6, 12, 18 months, you will see a shift in things. People will start talking to you differently. You will start to feel different internally, and you will see positive changes happening in your life. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is stay where you are and wonder what happened. Now, if this video hit you hard, that's good. Congratulations. That means that you resonated with what I was saying. Now what needs to be seen is, what will you do after watching this video? Will you continue to watch another one and then watch a stand-up comedy and forget about all of this? Or will you pause now, take a pen and paper, jot down some notes, and start doing something about this right now? The choice is yours. The career is yours. The life is yours. I will continue to make such videos and push you to your limits, and some of you will rise up. May you be that one. See you in the next one.